Okay, hi guys, welcome to the channel. It's just Yoji here. I'm back with a brand new video. Before we get started, I'm just gonna say a few things, but you guys can click to the bit that you want to watch. Okay, so first and foremost, please be sure to hit the bell button if you're new to my channel, and also subscribe if you haven't already. I feel like a lot of you guys have never seen my channel before, so I really appreciate it if you could hit subscribe, and please click the bell, because if you just subscribe, then you're not gonna know when I upload unless it shows up in your subscription. So please be sure to hit the bell button. Give this video a like, because I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy this video, and so it would really mean the world to me if you could also like, to show how much you're going to like this video, because I just know you are. And yeah, so I think we're going to get straight to the video. Disclaimer, this is just for fun, entertainment purposes. Any of the fanfics that I talk about in this video, they're all free to read on the website. So yeah, and also just let me guys know if you guys like this type of video. This is my first time ever making a video about K-pop fanfiction, and I thought, why not film it and read it along with you guys. So like I said before, if you're not new here, hit subscribe. Okay, let's get on with today's video. Okay, hi guys, welcome. Yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it. I'm very excited. I actually have never read Wattpad before, so this will be my first time. I logged onto the Wattpad website and I typed up K-pop so I could get some K-pop Wattpad stories, and I'm very excited. I'm also very nervous because I feel like Wattpad just has a reputation of being a bit cringe. But you know what, guys, I am very excited. I hope you guys are too. So yeah, let's just pick a story. I have seen a few, but I've actually never read any type of fanfic, never mind K-pop, so I'm actually very excited. So this one is called Mr. Arrogant. It has 22.1 million views / reads, and it has a picture of Taeyang and Mr. Arrogant on the front page. So yeah, it looks very interesting. And then there's also the same one called Mr. Arrogant. However, this one's about Jungkook. So okay, and this one has 2.9 million reads. So it looks like these are really popular. We have one called Gentleman, called Jisoo, which is a picture of Jungkook, but I guess they've like renamed him. Yeah, there's a lot of BTS here, so that's very interesting. But you know what, guys, this one is really sticking out to me. It's called Condoms, and you know what? The title just is so inappropriate, but you know what? I'm intrigued, and we can see it has a picture of Hanji's song. Yeah, I hope this isn't cringe. I hope it's not inappropriate, because I mean, you know, that would be a shame. But yeah, let's read it. So let's start at chapter 1. So the rain pounded on the windows rapidly. The convenience store was quiet on this particular day, Valentine's Day to be exact. Everyone was out there with their loved ones, enjoying the company of each other. Meanwhile, I was stuck here covering shifts. Not like I had anything else to do. I don't even have a lover. I tried not to be salty about it. I mean, who needs a man where you can drool over any hot man you see on the streets? Am I right, ladies? Okay, this line's already making me laugh, okay? I sighed at my stupid thoughts and focused on the magazine I was flipping through in my hands. I had flipped through the same magazine for about 2 hours now. I couldn't even use my phone on these stupid shifts. The only thing I was looking forward to was getting paid extra. The bell chimed, signaling the customer had just arrived. I didn't bother looking up, since it was probably someone getting last-minute Valentine's gifts. The squeaking of shoes getting closer and closer finally made me look up. A boy covered in a black jacket quickly walked my way. His eyes were dyed blue, and covered his eyes as I sensed his nervousness the closer he got. He finally stopped in front of me and made a nervous smile. Hearing my question made him nervously chuckle and push the hair out of his face. His eyes were a dark brown, and they held innocence, but all of that went to waste when he asked the most idiotic but funniest question. Where are the condoms? Oh my gosh, you guys, like okay, we have to read the next chapter. We can't stop there. The condoms. Okay, I'm not gonna say the word because I don't want to get demonetized. Whoops. I asked stupidly, trying not to laugh. Yeah, his cheeks turned red in embarrassment. They're right behind you. I pointed to the shelf behind him that held all the naughty stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, he said, quickly grabbing one off the shelf and putting it on the counter to pay. It took all of me not to laugh. Would you like a bag? I asked as I rung up the you know what. Yes, please. He rushed out, seeming in a hurry all of a sudden. I shoved them in a bag and Wade handed it to him as he reached into his wallet for some cash. His hands were shaking, which made it seem even funnier. It was probably his first time. Oh my gosh. I handed him the bag and smiled. Have fun, I said enthusiastically. He once again turned red and ignored my comment as he headed out. As soon as he exited, I burst out laughing. Usually women were the ones getting nervous and scared about their first times, but this guy was beyond scared. But then again, I was still a Virginia, so I wouldn't be one to talk. The more I thought about it, I had realized that the guy was around my age. I shook my head in disappointment. These kids just couldn't keep their packages to themselves. But hey, at least he was using protection, right? Oh my god, yeah. Guys, this is really not okay. I feel like we're gonna read chapter 3 and 4 and then we'll probably read another one. But how are you guys? Like, are you guys enjoying it? Like, I feel like it's pretty well written. It's pretty interesting. The content of the story isn't that appropriate, but I kind of do like it. Okay, so it says, today was my day off and I had planned to stay in bed and snuggle into my warm sheets, binge watching Jane the Virgin on Netflix. That was until I realized I'd run out of snacks. I groaned in annoyance and went to grab a coat and some shoes before heading out to the convenience store. Yes, snacks are vital when watching a movie. Like, honestly, yes, I absolutely love having snacks, like just like popcorn or just something you can eat. Yes, we love that. I don't know if I'd necessarily like go to the convenience store to grab more snacks, but yeah. Also, speaking of snacks, what do you guys watch on Netflix? Like, let me know down below, okay? Because I'm currently watching Ginny and Georgia. You know, that recent show. I think it's pretty decent. But yeah, Jane the Virgin is really cool too. Okay, let's get back to the fanfic. So, snacks are probably the biggest part of my daily course meals. They range from many type of things like fruit snacks, chips, crackers, popcorn, etc. It was terrible because I couldn't get enough of them, and to know that I had to run out of them so fast wasn't at all surprising. Why is this me? Like, I honestly eat so much. Don't know if it's always a good thing, but yeah. When I reached the store, I quickly swung open the door, causing the bell to jingle loudly. It was warm inside the store as I strolled over to the register to grab a basket. Waving over to my co-worker, I walked over to the snack aisle as fast as my bunny slippered feet could take me and started grabbing as many snacks as I could see. Okay, as I reached for a bag of gummies, another hand reached out, accidentally grabbing my hand. Oh my god, sorry. Accidentally grabbing my hand in the process. I quickly pulled my hand away and turned to see the culprit who tried to steal my gummies away. It was the boy that wanted the C words. You! You're the one who got the other day, I stated loudly, pointing my finger at him accusingly. He quickly shushed me and swatted my head away as he looked around, making sure no one heard, okay? When he was sure no one heard, he glanced at my 5-foot frame. I raised my brows at him confusedly. Why was he so flustered? It was the truth. Can you please not say it out loud, he pleaded. Why? Are you embarrassed? I laughed at his flushed face. Yes, I mean, the condoms weren't for me, they were for my friend, he exclaimed, trying to clarify the whole situation. I rolled my eyes. Sure they were, I thought. Only an ex-craved teenage boy would say that. Oh my god. Yeah, this story is honestly something else. Whatever, not that I care anyways. Just trying not to snatch my gummies away from me next time. Got it? I waved the bag in his face before throwing it in my basket. What? I wasn't going to snatch them from you. How was I supposed to know you weren't going to get them too, he claimed. Because I reached out for them, I replied in a dirt tone, before turning away and grabbing more snacks. Still, he followed me and continued to annoy the living crap out of me. But I reached out for them too, he complained, crossing his lanky arms. I closed my eyes to try and contain my annoyance and from snapping at him. Listen here, you ex-crave demon. I don't care. There's literally another bag of gummies right there. I pointed to the other bag on the shelf. Ex-craved what? I already told you, they were for my friend. Oh my gosh, you guys. It looks like Hans are very defensive over these gummies. Okay, I mean, I'm defensive over my food too, so I can't, I can relate. He said a little louder. getting annoyed at himself. I snickered and turned away, ready to leave before he called out to me again. "Hey, wait, I never caught your name," he declared. I sighed and turned back around. "If I tell you, will you finally leave me alone so I can walk away and pay for my snacks?" I begged. He seemed to think about it for a moment before he agreed. "Okay," he nodded, waiting. "Hey, Val," I told him before walking away. "Hey, do you want to know mine? It's Ji-sung," he called out. I shook my head and proceeded to make my way towards the register. Super ex-crave demons. Okay, you guys, this story is actually... It's weird because it's like the title is just so inappropriate, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty interesting story. Like, I'm actually very surprised. I didn't think it was gonna be this great. I feel like, you know, I like this. I feel like Wattpad just has this reputation of being cringy, when in reality, it's not actually that bad. I think we're gonna read chapter 4 and then we'll move on to another story. So yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying. I really appreciate the support. So please like this video. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna now read chapter 4, like I said earlier. So this is chapter 4. Yeah, let's begin. Don't you hate the sound of your alarm going off? Because honestly, I just can't stand it. It was a Saturday and I had the morning shift. I wanted to say I hated it, but I guess it was better than the night shifts. I lazily got up and dragged my feet to the shower. Staying up till 1 a.m. definitely took a toll on me. After I'd finished, I picked out a decent outfit that wasn't too cute if you ask me. I mean, who was I trying to impress? Remember the last thing on my mind to try and impress. I glanced at the clock and noticed I had 10 minutes to get to the store. I quickly brushed my hair and grabbed a granola bar before heading out. I ran to the store and made it just in time before my boss gave me another lecture about being late. I walked to the back of the store and started taking out boxes that needed to be unpacked with items like chips, candy, etc. I seriously needed a better job. Mood, honestly. That kind of seems like such a boring job, but then again, I've never worked before, so yeah. I stacked boxes on top of boxes and started carrying them out. I struggled a bit because I couldn't see, the boxes blocking my view of where I was going. As I was nearing the chip aisle, I bumped into something which caused the boxes to fall with a loud thump. "Ouch!" a voice mumbled. I looked up and nearly rolled my eyes. It was a stupid C-word dude. I swear, every time I see this guy, I start getting a migraine. I ignored him and started to stack the boxes up again and walked over to the chip aisle. "Hey, it's you again. What are you doing here?" He followed me. "I work here, genius," I replied in an annoyed tone, not really wanting to make conversation. His eyes widened with realization. "Oh, right," he recalled awkwardly. He continued to stand there and watch me put chips on the shelves, making me uncomfortable. It didn't matter how hard I tried to ignore him. His gaze burned holes into my flesh. I sighed and turned to him, crossing my arms in the process. "Can I help you?" I sarcastically asked. "No, I'm just bored," he shrugged. I rolled my eyes, almost yelling at him before he interrupted me. "Actually, now that I think about it, I want some chips and candy. Can you ring them up for me?" He smirked, testing my patience. My hand twitched, wanting to slap that smirk all the way back to hell. Apologies for any background noise. This boy really knew how to get into my skin. I stomped all the way to the register, Ji-sung following shortly after. I snatched the items from his hand and shoved them in a bag before telling him his total. $5.40, I grumbled. He still stifled a laugh before shoving his hand into his pocket, taking out money. After I had given him his change back, I glared at him. "Don't come back," I bit out rudely. "No promises," he laughed before waving at me mockingly. I resisted the urge to throw my shoe at him, so I simply pointed to the door, signaling him to leave before I whooped his ass. He chuckled, but left without another word. I seriously wanted to beat him. Okay guys, so that's chapter 4. So I feel like this is a pretty good fanfic. Like, this is actually really good. Like, this is well written and I kind of like it. Like, obviously the title is a little bit questionable, but I actually really like the story and I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. It's pretty good and I feel like I might read some more in the future. Okay, hi guys. So yeah, like I was saying before, basically I really like that one that I just read. I'd probably give that like a 6 out of 10. Let me know, you guys, if you guys like this fanfic as well. Let me know in the comments. I did take a quick scroll before, and this one is really catching my eyes now. Yes, this is a Liz Cook fan fiction, and I already knew I was gonna find some cringy ones. Obviously, the one I just read previously was really good, really well written, but this one is just is really speaking to me, and I already know this is gonna be cringe. But you know what? Cringe makes for good content. And it looks like it's really popular. I mean, I'm not surprised. It has 205,000 views slash reads. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give that a go, and we're gonna read this. You guys, I'm very nervous. I'm also interested and intrigued because I know this is gonna be absolutely cringe. It looks like, wow, a lot of people have read this, and 10 hours and 6 minutes reading time. So yeah, let's just read the synopsis so we get an idea of like what this is gonna be about, you know. Okay, it says 2 idols, 2 matinees, and 1 binding passionate love. Buckle up your seat and join Lisa and Jungkook as they experience all things that come with being in love. Very angsty. Okay, that is so cringe, but like, okay, straight off the bat, I like how this doesn't even say chapter 1, chapter 2. It literally just says YouTube, headache, his, her. Yeah, I think, you know, this is like very interesting. There's a lot of chapters. And I actually think I'm gonna start with a random chapter, because why not? And why don't we start with Oppa? Should we start with Oppa or Crush? Which one? Let's start with Crush. Let's see what this one is about. And this one has Lisa on the front page. Okay, you guys, okay, let's get to it. It was now day 7, and still not a word or peep from Lisa. To say Jungkook was now even more afraid of his relationship status with Lisa would be the understatement of the year. He had tried everything he possibly could to reach out to her, but all his efforts were in vain, and he just couldn't for the life of him think of a reason as to why Lisa had dropped off the radar. He recorded a conversation he had 2 days before with Jimin. I guess they're talking about Jimin from BTS, but yeah, when he felt he was ready to pull his hair out, he needed to know where she was, as it had been the longest that they'd gone without communicating with each other, and he wasn't sure he would be able to survive with her presence in his life. He desperately missed her, and he longed to hold her tiny frame against his chest, where she fit so perfectly. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, like, this description is very poetic. I really like it. It's very cute. It's a shame it's about Liz Cook, you know. This sounds like a really nice romantic novel thing that would be really cute. But yeah, hi Young, I really don't know what to do anymore. Lisa has completely stopped talking to me. She's ignoring my calls and texts. When I ask her manager to help me contact Lisa, he either changes the subject or ignores me. Did I do something wrong? Do you think she's no longer in love with me? Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, okay, this is like, I don't even know how to feel. Jungkook desperately says to Jimin, hoping his Hayoung would say something to ease his slowly breaking heart. Jimin watches as the younger appears to be on the verge of breaking down. Over the last week, they've all noticed the change in Jungkook's demeanor as Lisa continues to ignore all contact with him, making the young man lose sleep and unable or not willing to eat. Jungkook was beyond distracted doing dance practice all week, even forgetting the most simplest of routines and choreos, as thoughts of Lisa continued to invade his every waking moment, making him lose all sense of purpose and direction. Jimin felt bad for Jungkook because, like RM, he too had noticed Lisa's change in demeanor whenever Cook spoke about IU, and always wondered when he could open his eyes and see that he had the most precious thing in his life right in front of him. The one thing he was progressively losing the sparkle in her eyes, having to constantly listen to her boyfriend speak fondly of his IU. Jimin witnessed firsthand the effects taking a toll on Lisa as he caught her one time with watery eyes from unshed tears where she turned her head from Jungkook, not realizing Jimin had walked into the lounge to watch a movie with the couple. Okay, this is kind of a little confusing, I guess. In real life, I think Jungkook is like, he's obsessed with IU, so that might be the reason. So yeah, I guess like in this chapter, Jungkook and Lisa have broken up, so I guess like maybe like Jungkook's upset about that. So yeah, Jimin quickly turned his eyes towards the television, pretending to not have seen Lisa almost cry as his Dong-san continued to talk about the other women. Jimin sympathized with the young woman and could understand how she would have felt. It would have been easy for her, and his heart went out to Lisa as his eyes shot silent daggers towards Jungkook. Finally, he had to say something else. Both Lisa and Jungkook will continue to hurt when it could all take to sort this problem is open communication. Besides, he didn't want to see the young man suffer any more than he already did. The dark circles around Jungkook's eyes were becoming more prominent as he continued to sleep every night. Cook, listen carefully, okay? Have you ever thought that maybe, I don't know, you talk far too much about IU when you're with Lisa? Jimin asked. Well, it shouldn't be a problem because the whole world knows how much I've admired IU over the years. It's not something new, Hayoung. Jung responded openly. Okay, but Jungkook, you have to realize that at some point your open book admiration or crush or whatever it is you feel towards IU will have an effect on Lisa. After all, she's your girlfriend. Cringe. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit of cringe fast. She's your girlfriend who has to sit and watch while your eyes shine love hearts for another woman. Not just any woman, but the woman who said on so many occasions is your ideal type. Think about Lisa would feel listening to you speak like that every single day. Think about it, Cook. But Hayoung, Lisa knew this when we started dating and she said she was okay with it. Why now? Do you think that's what's gotten into her? Jungkook couldn't help but feel disappointed that something as small as his fanboy crush on IU would be the case of Lisa's owl behavior. And if anything, he was now feeling slightly annoyed, and it showed in his tone. Jimin couldn't believe his eyes as he watched Jungkook's expression turn from genuine bewilderment to annoyance. Suddenly his Dong-san didn't think it was okay, and that it was no big deal, because right now with Lisa's daily dorm visit absence, he was beginning to think Jungkook needed a wake-up call. Jimin really liked Lisa. He could see she cared about Jungkook a lot, and always scolded the boys for being too loud in the mornings when she would find herself sleeping over. She would make them quiet down so Jungkook could sleep a little longer. Jimin missed hearing her infectious laughter in their dorm as she picked on V or mocked Yoongi for hibernating longer than a bear in the winter. You know, it's not right, Jungkook. Lisa loves you and you always do the smallest things for you, just to make your life a little more comfortable. Something like this shouldn't be taken lightly. You need to stop obsessing over IU when you're with Lisa, or else break up with her and let her find someone deserving of her. Please, she doesn't deserve this, and I know you know it too. Jimin said in a calm tone, hoping it would seep into Jungkook's brain what he needed to do next. Everything Jungkook felt of the past few weeks came to the forefront as he thought deeply about everything Jimin had just said to him. He was still slightly annoyed, but he loves Lisa and he needed to sort it out quickly. Thanks, Hayoung. I know what you mean and I understand. Picking up his car keys and heading towards the door, he turned and said, I'm going to her dorm now and try my best to see her and work this out. Please wish me luck, Hayoung. I don't want to lose her. Okay, well, let's just take like a mini pause. I think, honestly, if I'm going to talk about the good things, I think this, like I said earlier, it's like really well written. Let me guys know what you think about this Wattpad story called Her Euphoria. I'm pretty sure the title's a play on words. I'm pretty sure BTS have a song called Euphoria, so they've kind of like, the authors incorporated this into the title, which I think is really clever. It seems like Lisa's like jealous over like him talking about IU. I mean, it's a really like interesting story. It's just very like, there were a bit of parts that were a little cringe, but you know what? I don't know how to feel about this. You know what? Let's just keep going though. You'll be fine, Cook, and so will Lisa. Once you work it out, bring her back here. I miss her laughter. Jungkook sent Jimin a small, if you guys can see, there's like an image of Jungkook and IU, which I think is like very interesting. Yeah, Jungkook sent Jimin a small uncertain smile, but determined that he will see Lisa today. As he drove towards the Blackpink dorm, as if like realistically would this actually happen? I don't necessarily think so. It's kind of insane that like a little ship is morphed into a fan fiction. This is just insane, but yeah. As he drove towards the Blackpink dorm, Jungkook was fighting an inner battle. He was with himself and his emotions, and he wasn't sure what was going to happen when he saw Lisa. All he knew was that he truly loved her. He desperately missed her and needed her, but at the same time she had let her jealousy over IU cloud her thoughts and their relationships, and that was the part that annoyed him. But what he felt for IU, was that just a fanboy crush, right? Okay, there's like an image of them. A few, as you guys saw in this video, that I really enjoyed. I really liked the one about Han Ji-sung. Although the plot was a little inappropriate, I thought it was very interesting. And as you guys can see, there's just so much fan fiction to choose from, and you'll probably find one that suits your taste and your liking. Yeah, you'll probably find one that suits your liking. So yeah, I definitely do really like this, the ones that I've been reading, and I actually, you know, this wasn't as cringy as I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's because I chose good ones, but if any of you guys have read fanfic before, then let me know your favorites, ones that are K-pop or non-K-pop. But yeah, I really enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys did too. So yeah, just thank you all so much for the love and support, and yeah.